What up, everybody? It's Sunday night, and we're back for another Sunday evening of the Let's Talk Live podcast. Dude, I'm so glad to be back here because you know why? I've been working like 50-something hours a week. It's been ridiculous.
I know.
On a Sunday night and sit down with my main man Primo over here and hang out with everybody that comes in the chat. It's like, yes, it's something.
Can you imagine, guys, if your day off time was hanging out with me? I'm sorry, man. This is the release.
So, like I said, it is the Let's Talk Live, the best damn podcast ever. That's the new slogan. I love it. And Primo's got the banner back there. I actually sent him a banner, kind of surprised him a little bit. Little Let's Talk banner. So we got matching banners in the background. I love it, dude. Looks perfect position.
And then I got to surprise him like the whole week. He's messaging me and he's like, "Did you get the banner? Because he's checking the tracking and he's like, "Did you get the banner? Did you get the banner?" And I'd always like change the subject or something, or like just like not say anything at all. Like, "Oh yeah, we're at 8, Sunday at 8, right?" Sunday
yeah.
And then he comes in and he was like, "Where is it?" And I'm like,
"No." I said to him, I said, "Did you get the?" I go, "Dude, did you get the banner?" And he's like, "Do you fucking not look behind me?" I'm like, "Oh man, come on, man, you can't do that."
Right.
Come on.
Man. Oh, it took a while to like sort it.
Yeah, I finally got to see it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you did get it." So yeah, super happy, man. Dude, I got my business card. We got our business cards in. Got that.
Yeah, flip that bad boy over right there. You guys can scan that right from the screen, right there. Don't wait.
The best damn podcast ever. You know, the only thing I'd probably do is increase the font size there the next time around.
Yeah.
A little bit
I don't know. It has good symmetry.
It does.
You know what I mean?
I'm not bad at design. I design some pretty cool stuff every now and then.
I've heard that rumor about you. Yes.
Not bad.
Right.
Not bad. Dude, I'm glad that you're doing well. I know you had the ECS live ECS, your motorsports show that you do. You guys crushed it over there last night. I popped into the chat for a little bit. I think you had like 9.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we had a full house of 9 people. It was crazy. So yeah, we ended up having a full lobby of people that were both automotive career oriented people, and it was pretty cool. So,
am I back?
Yeah, you're back now. Look at that,
dude. You can tell it's 8 o'clock on Sunday. My Wi-Fi always goes down.
I think it's funny that at times it like breaks. So everything is great until it's like, I'm going to go live and we're going to stream it and take up all the bandwidth, and it has a fit.
It's like everybody jumps on at like 8 o'clock at night around here. It's weird.
Right.
Let me, I'm sorry. Let me just reposition this really quick. I'm so sorry, guys. Hang on.
No problem. So yeah, we wanted to thank everybody for tuning in today. We are just having a short technical difficulty thing, but remember to always like and subscribe, hit that icons, hit the bells, do everything you need to do. And it's going to YouTube and we'll definitely keep you updated. I know some of you guys are over on other platforms too. So make sure you hit everything and put some comments in there. We see the comments, and the comments will definitely help us from the algorithm side. So it's something that we, it's for marketing wise, we're good at marketing, but it's one of those things where we want to bring content and we kind of get bottled up in the whole thing. So we, want to make sure we give you a good show instead of just begging for stuff. So yeah.
Anyway, I think we're back.
We are back.
This is going to get solved in about a week. I have a brand new computer on the way. So I think with the updated Wi-Fi and all that stuff, I think it's going to handle all of this. So
becoming bigger and better.
It's because we're coming so big, like the Let's Talk Live podcast is getting so big over here. It's shutting the fucking internet down. So
the biggest damn podcast ever. And the bandwidth has been sucked up.
I should say the biggest damn podcast.
Or the most bandwidth podcast.
Yeah, the fucking most bandwidth podcast ever.
Who do we have
anyway, we
next?
had So let me just back. Yeah, we do. We have Shannon Taylor that's going to join us on Thursday evening from Mission 22, and Mission 22 is a fantastic organization that helps our veterans with PTSD. I know that you do a lot of things with the Mission 22 rally, and they go on to support that, that initiative. And I'm going to be really excited to talk to her and learn about that organization and what they do. And I think that's going to be a really exciting stream.
Yeah, I am very excited about that. So it's something near and dear to my heart. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. Anything we can do to help our veterans, because they do not, for some reason in this country, get enough after they come home from service. These guys deserve everything. They sacrifice their lives, they sacrifice time with their family, and they serve this country, this great country that we live in, that allows us to do the very thing that we're doing right now.
Yep,
It allows us to
exactly.
do that, and
Yep.
and allows us to watch and check out podcasts like this. But
Mm-hmm.
super excited about that. So Silver City Soapworks checking in.
Yeah.
Shannon is awesome.
Yep.
Absolutely. So we had Ahmad Biard, our last stream.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't caught that, you can go back and watch the replay. And dude, amazing show.
I can't wait to have him back next year. There was so many people don't realize, like, when we do this stuff, a lot of it is kind of pre-done in some ways about how we structure our questions.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is if you have 50 questions, and we really did have a ton of questions, and we realized time wise, we were only going to get to like 7 or 8 of them at most.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something like that'd be great to have him on down the road, and be able to bring some more of this stuff up, because he's just a wealth of knowledge, and being able to bring actual pieces that were absolutely amazing, man.
Yeah. And I went back and actually did some supercuts. I've been going back and clipping down the shows. So I have a cut there. If you guys want to go back and just see the specific pieces he showed, you can do that. I just actually dropped that this morning. It's up on the main page of the channel. You guys can go on and check that out. Please go over and make sure any of the videos you guys watch on the channel, upvote them. We need to get this podcast out into the live stream. And I'm going to ask all of you right now, please upvote as we're watching this as well. Mike nowadays says, hey guys, what's up, Mike? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
What do we got? The Good Three-Hander says the way veterans are treated is disgusting for a lot of cases. They risk everything for us, and we at least do for them to treat them properly, not like we have been in a lot of cases. 100,000% agree.
Yep.
Three-handers say come over and watch that show on Thursday. It's going to be live at 8 p.m. So
yeah.
Really good stuff. So yeah, we had Ahmad Biard from Satori Biard Watches on the show. It was a great stream. Again, you guys can go back and watch that. But I wanted to get into tonight's show and tonight's topic. Obviously, we had, and I don't like opening shows like this with tragic news. Just really sad and tragic news. But looks like Taylor Hawkins, Foo Fighters drummer, has passed away. And dead at 50, the headline says. And, there's been a lot of stuff that's been coming out. I've been reading a lot of different reports on this. Toxicology reports are getting put out there. And it's just kind of like, come on, man. It's like, give this family some time. Give his friends some time to kind of, grieve through all of this. They're not dealing with this well. I know Dave Grohl has been with Taylor for over 25 years.
Right.
I mean, they've been together.
They were in tour at the time.
Dude,
so
ultimate best friends. It's, and the way I thought about this too is I can only imagine what Dave is going through. I mean, obviously, his roots with Nirvana, going through with the Kurt Cobain suicide, his best friend at that time passing away, and now having Taylor, another really great friend of his pass away. I mean, I can only imagine.
Yeah,
what
it's got to be terrible, man. Yeah, it's the crazy thing was it kind of reminded me of that Wayne Static in Static X when he died, and a lot of people came out and was like, it's all drugs and it's this, and they took a shot at him, and it ended up being drugs, of course, but it was something where people were like, it's not cool, like let these people mourn and do their stuff, and the ramifications, a lot of stuff people don't realize that there are real people behind all this stuff. It's not just a show is to entertain, but when somebody like that passes away, there's a cascade of people around them that are affected in ways that you can't. I mean, look at what is it like Bam Margera, man. I don't think he's ever recovered from what happened with those guys. But yeah, so it's just give them the space and the respect they deserve, and we'll all be a lot better off. What's up, Joe?
Joe's in the house. What's up, man? How are you? Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, man. It's like, I was reading the report. It's saying there was heroin in the system. You had uppers, downers, everything that they could think of in the system. There was like 10 different substances in the system. And it's like, we don't know. I mean, it could be
Right.
speculation. I don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to be confirmed. But let's just say that if it is confirmed, which I don't think it will. Hopefully, that maybe Dave or the Foos do something to, help fight against the opioid crisis,
Right.
or any type of drug prevention or something like that. Maybe they do some good out of this, because you don't know the
Yeah.
long history. And the thing is,
No. Oh, he dropped again. We got to get him a new Wi-Fi, guys. We should start up some sort of funding system for him for the 8 o'clock. He's gonna be so upset when he gets back. I don't know if it comes through on our side from me talking, because it comes from his end. That's the show itself. So I kind of jump on it. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from my end, but yeah, he's probably running in right now to try to fix that and get it working. We'll just give him some time here, and oh, there it goes. Yeah, so we're still trying to get him back real quick. Yeah, Joe, definitely we're going to get him some dial up and get things fixed. So what we were talking about was the Dave Grohl situation here, but we having a couple little difficulties with it. I guess it's going to stay live with me on it until he jumps back in and gets his thing working. So the biggest thing that I kind of worry about with some of the stuff too, is that even though we do make speculations about how people get sick and do the things or have these things happen to them, at the end of the day, you really have no idea what's going on. And it really doesn't help to have somebody who's suffering from something like that, to point a finger at them and say, hey, this is how it is. The best thing I think that you can do right now is kind of just share it among friends and say, this is what it is. We got to do it better. So, all right. I think we got Brian. Brian, you're back. Danger says Ethernet, Brian. Ethernet. I got to agree, man. We got to get you a plug up. Yep. You okay, buddy? Yep. Just on time too. 13 minutes in, and usually it's not this bad. Usually we get it all fixed up and everything's fine. We had one big hiccup before the show started, that caused the connection to be like kind of wishy-washy, but we thought we zoned it out. The second we go on is when it wants to try to have its problems. So don't forget to guys upvote for Ethernet cables. So, and the other one, so the good 3-hander, we need to use laptops or desktops with at least 12 gigabytes of RAM, multiple gigabytes, if not more. Graphics cards that are not main board integrated. That's something that's not main board integrated, because I'm using a laptop right now, and I am actually Wi-Fi. But I'm running, and I want to say I'm at 1,000 over 1,000 for this connection. So with the laptop, it runs at about 700 to 400 on its worst day. But yeah, it seems to do fine. And I'm doing, I think, 2 gigahertz. So, Joe, I hate the speculation. My God friend and a great drummer passed recently. He never touched the stuff, died of cancer. Anyone who wants to say different can roll up and see me. That's something that, Joe was talking about us too, that we had a problem with, is we had people who we've had a lot of people in the drumming community pass away recently, and it's been a real bummer on the whole entire scene. And I'm a drummer myself. I just started off I was doing singing, but then I went to drumming before I actually went to guitar. So it was hey Brian, what's up? Welcome back.
Oh, am I on a show? Oh, I was trying to do a show.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun. Thanks for carrying the show for me, buddy.
No problem. It was fun. Dude, these guys out here like Joe and the good 3-hand, man, these guys are good talkers. Did you see what good 3-hander says? He says laptops or desktops, 12 gigabytes of RAM, multiple gigabytes, and plugs and stuff. So
yeah,
we're going to buy you something. We're going to do the GoFund.
I actually have ordered yeah. If you guys want to super chat me and send me some money so I can buy a new computer. No, I have a new computer on the way. But I'm all up for computer funds if anybody wants to send over some super chats. But anyway, I have a new computer on the way next week. I'm sorry, this is like totally killing the show. But anyway,
yeah.
Am I?
You're locking up again. He's going to come back. We're going to have a really short show today. And then the thing is, I think we're going to get stuff fixed. And then what'll end up happening is we'll probably jump back on or do something. I think that's going to be the best thing to do to get it, which I'm going to message him now to it and say, maybe drop and fix and then come back. And then we can start all over once we get that connectivity fixed. Since it's just unfortunate because we put a lot into this, and then the timing and everything, and then right at the end, you know what I mean? Like Danger. No, it's comedy relief. Yes, it's absolutely comedy relief. I'm glad you know what? Please laugh, because to us it's very comedic too. I mean, obviously we want to bring a show. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but in the same respect, it's, you know, it is what it is. So, and you just got to laugh at it.
So my computer, my host computer that I have, I was just telling Primo backstage, this computer was built in like 2013, 2014. I'm surprised it's even made it this far. And that's why I said I have a new computer on the way this week. So hopefully it solves all of these issues. But guys, I am so sorry.
Brian, can you see that too? Because something I do want to pull up where there's Joe Farrow just put up his guy there. Not just this one, but the one below Danger, where he puts the guy's name in it. Yeah, there he goes. If y'all haven't heard, Nick Iden, he's a beast of a drummer, local 401 and 508. And unfortunately, we've had a couple of drummers pass away in the last couple of days. So it's something that I didn't remember his name. So thank you, Joe, for letting us know.
It's, you know, it's like, I don't want to start shows out with tragic or sad news. It's just, you know, it's just crazy. You know, I mean, I don't say
the whole scene. Like, it's, you know,
I don't want to say like, I don't know, like when you hear that thing, like these guys are our heroes, you know, are they my hero? No. Are they someone I look up to and admire? Yeah. I mean, is that a hero? That's a hero, right?
I don't know. I think of there's mentors, there's people you look up to.
Those are heroes.
Heroes are almost people that like are larger than life, people that like do things that you've wanted to do. I always think of these guys as like iconic is the word, because you look at these people and you want them to succeed because they bring so much enjoyment into your life. And then to see them pass away and you go, okay, what this thing that they brought to me, ever how tertiary it is still something that matters to me. It represented. So how many times has music taken us through the worst times in our lives?
Of course. 1,000 times. I mean, I love the Foo Fighters, man. I love the Foo Fighters. One of my probably top 10 all-time favorite bands, easily. And it's funny that, you know, so I've had this. I went in 2000. I went out to a.
There you go. Full size your screen so they can see that.
Yeah. So it's kind of, the frame is broken. So this is now going to make me get it reframed. But so in 2000, you can see where it kind of fell and it broke the frame. But the good thing is the CD cover never got damaged. So I went to an in-store down in South Attleboro, Mass, the Newbury Comics when it was there. And I got to walk through and actually meet the band at that time. It was cool. They did an in-store, and then it's crazy because we went and stood there probably like, I stood in line for maybe 6 hours to get inside the store. They showed up, they started filing people in, and then they cut everybody off because it gets to a certain where the fire code, you can only let so many people in. There was literally like 6 of us, and I was like the second person to the door that got cut, and there's still 6 of us sitting there. We literally turned around. It was like something you saw of a cartoon. We turn around, and you know, like when you see like cartoons or kids when they get mad, they like kick a stone or they kick the shoe, and they're like, oh. We literally turn around and do that. All of a sudden, I swear to God, Dave Grohl comes out front, stands there and goes like this. He goes, shh, go around the back. So we're running around to the back of the building. And there's video of this too. Dave and Taylor come out. They run up. There's a dumpster there. They get up on top of this dumpster. and Taylor has like a water jug, and he's pounding like or he might have had a bongo or a water jug.
That's awesome.
And he's playing, and Dave's up there with acoustic, and they play 3 songs outside acoustically for everybody. There Goes My Hero, Learning to Fly, and I forget what the other one was. Maybe Monkey Wrench. And
good list there.
Yeah, then they go in and they play like 10 songs in the store live, and then they let everybody kind of come through the line and get things signed. And I'm like, holy shit, like Dave fucking Grohl, like this is Dave fucking Grohl, like this is Nirvana, like he was in fucking Nirvana, you know, like that's probably the biggest famous person I probably ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, I love it when those guys are cool and down to earth, and they're so like, cool. I'm just going to come out and hang out with you guys. It was funny that that was something I saw once with, I believe it was like Glenn Danzig. And Danzig, it was like he wanted to sign autographs for people, and he was fighting his own security to grab something else and sign an autograph. But yeah, when you see guys like that are putting it out there and just really, you know, representing what, you know, somebody like that should be like, it's really cool to see it.
And I'm glad I have this. It's now something very special to me. I'm going to get it reframed, and I'll hang on to this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, but it's sad. It's tragic, you know, and, you know, like Joe was saying, you know, I hate the speculation. Good friend of mine, it's a great drummer, passed recently, never touched the stuff, died of cancer. Anyone wants it. Yeah. You know, and the thing is like going back to like speculation and what I was talking about before is if there was anything like this, you know, speculation of opioids or heroin in the system, I hope that something good comes out of this, and maybe the Foos can do something to fight against, you know, the opioid crisis. I don't know where they're going to take this, but maybe it does come up and they do something where they can fight back against this stuff. And you know, I remember watching the documentary that they had, which is a fantastic documentary. And it they did, and Taylor did talk about, you know, he had some addictions and he had issues with heroin, and he fucking ended up in the hospital once and almost died. And Dave came to his bedside and looked at him, and he said, I don't want you to die. Like, you need to stop doing this shit. I don't want you to die. And, you know, if this is true that he had, you know, opioids or heroin, I mean, we'll never know. You know, obviously he could never, you know, kick that habit, and it grabs a hold of you. I mean, I know
people don't realize how much it grabs hold. It doesn't. And people look at you and say it's the thing when people look at you and say it's a choice. Like I've been in that area of where, I've been surrounded by addiction my whole entire life. And when I look at somebody and I say, when you have somebody that you love, that cares about you, that you have total trust in, and you realize that they're betraying that trust, that they're doing stuff, there's something else talking for them. And they're literally like an alcoholic who's telling you, I'm not drinking, and you can smell the alcohol in their breath. And you have to realize that this stuff changes you. And it takes a lot to be able, it's a lot of guys. How many guys that I've heard that said, I said, so how did you get off of heroin? And they said, I ended up in jail, and now I didn't have a choice, and it was cold turkey, and that was the way it was. And once I'd gotten there, then the people who didn't want to sell to me anymore because I've gotten this or the other thing. And then to have all of those things happen to them. And now finally they're out, lost all those friends. And now they're trying to rebuild and still having difficulties, you know, going back to this regular life and being in a life that's, people don't realize how much that band life is stressful too, and how much these things are used to kind of cope with the pressures that you deal with every day. It's just, yeah. And they don't understand it. That's the sad part.
But could you do better? Could they have done better? Could they have maybe if they knew about this, tried to get him some help, or say, hey buddy, you know, you need to, and listen, we're all speculating.
Yeah, no, I have to live with it from what I know and what I've done with jobs in the past. Number one, you have the addict is lying to you. They're going to lie to you straight to your face and then go right over and do what they want.
But most of the time, you know.
But that's the thing is you know, but there was times where there are people in my life that I said, I can either go down with the ship or I can jump off the boat and have them, because there are people that will take you down with them. So it is the most difficult thing for somebody to decide. And this is like anything in your life where you have that thing that you care about and you say, but that thing you care about is destroying you. When do you cut it off? When do you say, I'm fighting 100% to I'm going to pull back and whatever happens, happens? That is a difficult decision. And I don't care what anybody says. The same thing as putting a loved one to death and saying, pulling the plug and letting them die. Because, and the thing is it happened, and I'll just say it happened to my father. And that was the part where I looked over and said, we can't do this anymore. It's not going to end well for us. And it resulted in his death. And did I do the right thing or did I not do the right thing? You're really never going to know, because there was nothing you can do when the person is telling you, I'm not doing this. What do we do from here? We could do 50 interventions and nothing was going to help him, because he had pulled out his back and he was constantly having this pain and he was medicating the pain. He's always going to have, you can get rid of the pain. Maybe you could do something, but the addiction had come back, and it was going to have its way. And so that's the thing, is like you said, it is really speculation. You don't know how much they were fighting or how much they could have done. And the worst part is I don't want them asking themselves, because the thing is as a person that is a victim of that stuff, you have to let that person take responsibility for their lives, because if not, I'd wear that guilt for the rest of my life, and you can't. So
Joe says rock bottom is unfortunately sometimes the only way to look up.
That's right. Exactly.
That's true. It's crazy, because I when I hear about these things and I hear about, people that pass away, and again, we're just speculating. We don't know if this is drugs, but there's been a lot of news to try to get this out really quick that it was drugs. Yeah. It makes me take pause and think, because I was thinking a lot about this at work today, and in kind of the relationship with my father. And I'm going to be very open about that here.
Nice.
I have a very awful relationship with my father. My father battled with drug and alcoholism his whole life, and it destroyed my family. And my mother was I'm getting really personal here. My mother was a huge protector of me, and we went through a lot of bad stuff. And I saw I was abused. My mother was abused, but my mother did everything to protect me. And I tried to do everything I could to protect her. And then it got to a certain point of where she just couldn't take it anymore. She needed to get away. And my mother and I ran. We ran and literally hid, because my dad was a biker guy and hung out with Hell's Angel people, all that kind of crew. He wasn't a Hell's Angel, but he hung out with a lot of those guys. And I spent many, many, many years of myself in bar rooms playing pinball.
You're talking outlaw biker, so like a 2%.
Yeah. And not bullshit either. This is
because I don't want to say Hell's Angels, because I'm like you know what I mean? People see that and kind of do it. There's the 2% biking world. There's a totally different world out there.
I have pictures I can show you. There's pictures where he was at parties with, Hell's Angels, outlaw biker guys,
right.
And no bullshit. I'm just trying to get back to my point. I'm sorry. I'm drifting.
No, that's okay. Go for it.
And my mother and I, she ran to protect me and get out of that very toxic relationship. And it just makes me think, because I know that I've battled depression and anxiety my whole life. My brother, I'm getting really personal here. My brother committed suicide. And had bipolar, anxiety, depression. And, I wonder that, battling a lot of things that I battled my whole life, where I've had my ups and downs. And listen, I've never been clinically diagnosed, but I'm probably pretty sure I have some bipolar as well. And that's fine. I'll speak about that. I'm kind of opening up this evening. And I wonder, and that's where you start to kind of realize these things. I just turned 44, and now you have a better, bigger, broader perspective on life. And you start to wonder, wow, was my dad self-medicating these whole year, his whole life? Maybe he was dealing with a lot of this stuff, and he was self-medicating through this, where it's weird how he did it. And probably my brother did some of that stuff, but it never it never got me. You know,
Right.
I've beat the statistic. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't
Mm-hmm.
drink. I've never done drugs, hard drugs or anything like that in my
Right.
life. I'm not a criminal. I've never ended up in jail. Like I'm supposed to be, the way the scenario is, I'm supposed
Right.
to be the statistic. I'm
Right.
supposed to be a drug addict,
Maybe
an alcoholic in jail, you know.
what do we learn from it? From, I mean, the thing is I say it from our support structure kind of system. So, for instance, like you said, yours from your dad having the system, the things that he had in place. For me, I think my dad was PTSD. He had went into the Vietnam War. He volunteered. He was not drafted. So he went in to do this fight, and then when he came out, I don't think he was ever the same. And I think that's what did it to him, because he didn't have any support systems. He didn't have anybody that said, "Hey, I'm going to come in and try to help you and fix whatever these things are that's going on with you." So the thing is it based on our survival or our ability to fight? Is it based on the support structure that we had in our system? In other words, our moms came up and put all their fight into us to make it work? Or was it something societal? Was it something that now the stuff that we have today gives us an ability to get an out from those times when we have our bad days and say, you know what? Things don't suck as bad as I think they do. I'm really just beating up myself. And now we've been more connected. I want to say I'm glad to have the people that I have that are so connected with me that say, you know what? I know you don't feel like this, but we're going to go out for breakfast and we're going to talk about it, because that support structure has meant a lot to me, because it's something I really never had. And when you have that system of people that are going to say, "We're, you know what, you don't look right. Let me do something to help you out." And it's become more easy to do that, versus I think a lot of times in my dad's age, or growing up when I was younger, being able to look at somebody and go, "Hey, you're falling apart." No, I don't think anybody really cared. And most of the times you weren't trained or didn't have the access to the information to even know what it looked like.
Yeah. And I think just a lot of it now is like, what hits me now is, you know, I look at life as like kind of different stages or chapters. Like you had, you know, you were young, and then you went through your teens, and you had your 20s, and I had my 30s, and now I'm in my 40s. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just, you have all those people that kind of swing in and out of your life and kind of
Right.
interconnect. Or there might be some people that come for a very short time and they leave and you never see them again.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing that I have, especially now, I think at this point in my life is, and I kind of want to tie this back into the Ahmad Biard stream, where he said, "I never look back to the past."
Right. You
He said
can't.
that.
Yep.
And I
So
think
true.
that's the biggest issue that I've had in my life, that I
Mm-hmm.
always look back to the past. I have a very hard time of letting the past go. And I don't know why. I mean,
That's
it's
what
just something
changed for
that's
my life when I said, like, all the stuff that happened to me, I was fine until there were things that I wanted to hold on to and then say, I don't want to let that go. And I knew there were bad things that I should let go. And it was like, there were people I didn't want to have leave in my life. And I didn't realize it. Those people were the people that were toxic. And then when I finally said, that's it, I'm cutting those people out of my life, it changed again. Like, again, it just, looking back to that, you can't change it. It's already gone. You know what I mean?
But I'm wondering if these feelings that I'm having now later in
Mhm.
life, and I don't know, it maybe that's the reason people self-medicate. Maybe they
Yeah.
have
Oh,
these
absolutely.
issues.
That's just, so some of it, and this is something that I've gone to school for this. I don't want to say that I am a doctor or any of that.
Yes, we're
There's
not
no
giving any
things,
medical advice on here.
right. So you always got to go to somebody who's a professional if you
Right.
think there's
Go to a
something up.
professional, right. If you think there's
But
something wrong, go to a professional.
there's two things. There's genetic and then there's environmental. So genetic stuff, you're born that way. Some people are just born to be addicts. Like, I
Sure.
know people, I had a friend one time that he was like, I know I was born, I have to fight it my whole life, and it is what it is. He had nothing he was medicating for. But there were some people that definitely, there were things that they were fighting that was environmental, that had been, hey, you had a rough childhood, you had rough friendships, you know, you lost a girlfriend that you had years for, you know, lost a child. I mean, that, losing a child, I've seen that take down too many people. That's just terrible. But that's the thing is each one has its different way of fighting it, and each professional that you deal with, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, whatever, is going to have a different way of countering those things based on how you did it. You got to realize that there's a world of people out there who are sociopaths that will say the stuff that you're saying right now, and they're not doing it to say they want sympathy. They're using it so they can manipulate you, which is even worse. So now you got people that are
I want to get people just straight up. Like, I'm not
right. Yeah.
I'm talking about, right. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's like, I think sometimes, like, I just live, I don't know. And I don't know. Like, I live with like a lot of regret, I think sometimes. I don't know where that comes from. And I don't know where that deep down inside is that. And I don't know if it's like, like fucking daddy issues or something. Like, I don't know where that comes from. And then it's like, I feel like regret of, like my friends from the past, where we've kind of all grown and our lives have kind of spidered off into different things, and he's doing his thing and I'm doing my thing, and this person's here, and then you try to come around and say, hey, let's grab dinner, and it just never happens.
Right. Never happens.
It hurts, because I'm like, dude, this was like a significant person that was like at a point in my life. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know.
That's, people wonder why I don't connect with people a certain way. And now, because it's one of those things of those, how strong are those relationships really? And that's, you don't know. You're whenever you get into a relationship, you're putting something out on the wing. You know what I mean? But the thing that I say for you right now is what you're sharing is so important. It's something out there that there's a lot of people who don't have the bravery to share it. And there are people that are hurting in the same way, feeling exactly how you're saying, and they're alone. They don't have anybody to talk to about this. They don't have anybody that's an
audience. Believe it or not, I don't have many people to talk. I have you to talk to. I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for this channel. I'm thankful for everybody that comes in this chat and hangs out, and we can allow to get some of this stuff out, and all learn from this. That's why I wanted to do, that's why I want to do this podcast, to come on here and however many people come over and join us. I hope they always find valuable information in this, but I don't have a lot either. Like, a lot of my friends are gone. They're married and have kids, and this is it, man. This is my therapy. It's my therapy, and it's tough sometimes. It weighs on you. And, lately, I don't know, the last couple of days or week, I've been trying to kind of reconnect with some old friends and trying to make things happen. Let's grab dinner. It's been fucking 10 years or whatever. And it just, it doesn't happen. And then just all the, I don't know, just all the other things we kind of think like, it's tough. We might have dated a girl for a little while or something. You kind of see her and she's in a shit situation, and you're like, wow, I wonder what would have happened if we would have stayed together. Would have been different, and stuff like that. So MDW, there is Watch Talk on this channel.
There is indeed.
Go back to the previous stream that we had Ahmad Biard on the channel. Satori Biard watches. If you don't want to watch live, you can go back and watch that stream. So yes, there is Watch Talk on this channell. But tonight,
and it was good Watch Talk too.
It was good Watch Talk. But tonight we're talking about life.
Yep,
and that's okay. So if you want to hang out, please. So what was I gonna say?
I forgot.
I don't know. It's just, it's
we had this.
I just want to talk. Watch it.
We had what is it? So the stream stuff at the beginning. We had the things going together, and then everything. I don't know if it train wrecked or if this was the plan all along. Do you guys know out there? I don't know, but yeah.
They're trying to shut us down. Well, actually, we did get shut down a couple of streams ago.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So Joe's got a comment. He says, on the real side, I'm crushed losing my buddy Nick. He's a great man, better than me. Connect with your friends while you can.
That's the thing that I get too, is the world of bands, the world of cars. There's just certain worlds out there that people really end up connecting in ways that I think that they would never, ever connect by just going through their daily work lives. You know what I mean? Putting in 60 hours a week and not having people that you connect to, both, like I said, and with Joe and I have both the media stuff, we have bands, and we have cars. So it's like this really cool little thing about, we have a lot of shared friends and shared interests. And it's one of the things, if you have those things, you do have those support systems in place for people that, yeah, sometimes you just need somebody to look at you and be, stop being an idiot. Like just, I've had guys that smacked me and said, you're just being too hard on yourself. And sometimes that's what you need. So, in having those support groups and those friends, and especially people that you can count on, is so important. And I think that's something that we kind of lost when it comes to social media, because we think those social media people are our friends, and they're not. They're connections. They're casual. They're not people that are going to help save you. I can't stand it when somebody puts a post up and is like, I put a post up and I wanted somebody to come help me get my car and nobody helped me. I'm like, Facebook is flash in the pan, man. Pick up your phone and give somebody a call. Don't post it on social media. Social media is casual. But yeah, if you have those friends and you have somebody you can actually call up and say, like when Matt called me that time and he was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's nobody to pick me up at the airport. And I'm like, I already got my coat on. I'm going down. I can be there in 40 minutes, and then he's like, well, I don't need you now because it ended up getting fixed. But you need those people that'll do that. And those are those friendships that you need to build. And it takes investment. It takes sometimes to have risk and be okay with loss. And that's the thing is that every time you build those big special relationships, you got to realize at some point they end, and sometimes they don't end in a good way. So,
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just, life is crazy, man. It's just so crazy. It's crazy the directions it takes us in.
Yeah.
And I tend to think like I believe in I'm not a church guy or anything, but I do believe in a higher power, I guess, or a sense of well-being. I believe there's always a reason for all of us being here and why we all interconnect. And maybe, you might connect with someone that become your lifelong friend, or you might connect with someone for 5 minutes and learn something in that 5 minutes. And they, like I said, they go off forever and you never meet, you never see them again. But it's interesting. It's interesting. And I think of all a bunch of like weird stuff too. Like, why is Dave Grohl the lead singer of a band and plays guitar and he gets to go out and perform, but I'm not that guy? And, what puts him in that situation? What put me in this situation? And, who decides all that stuff? I always think of all that kind of weird stuff, but
it does somebody decide that? That's the real question.
How does that
is it all? This is the thing, is because we live through a world that only sees through our own two eyes, right?
Sure.
Is it us that makes the decision, or is it somebody else?
Or is it all just pre-planned?
Right. Is it pre-planned? Right.
Is it parallel universes?
That's something that I thought was so cool in psychology, is somebody would look at me and say, there is no pre-planning. And I said, well, effectively, you can take certain things, put them in line, and I can tell you who you're going to be before you get there and how the results are going to be. It's so weird when I can look at somebody and say, I know they're lying, or that person's never going to be there, or that person's not real, or they're fake. You have to learn to see those cues and understand them to really start saying, hey, you know what? If it is pre-planned, how do we pull the strings? And is that the people who are really successful? And I think it has the thing that always gets me, knowledge is power. If you want to cheat the system, you have to know G.I. Joe. The more you know, the G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Knowing knowledge. I feel like that guy. What was that?
Right. What was that guy? Yeah, knowledge.
Ty Lopez.
We did. We were talking about him last time.
Back here, knowledge.
Knowledge. You see this Lamborghini? That's not my Lamborghini, but here's some books.
Great.
That's what we got to do. We got to be self-help gurus, dude. We got to get in there and tell people, like, we will give you the answer the next show, and that every show will be. We'll do this big thing, and then at the end of it, it'll be like, if you want the answer, you got to tune in to the next show. And then we'll do the next show, and it'll be the same thing. I'm telling you, Joe would love that. Are you kidding me? Joe would just jump all over that.
You want to see something's crazy? Let me pull this up.
Yeah.
So my friend Brian over at Keys Motorsports, he did an experiment. He did an experiment with some different social media platforms, and I want to show this. You're going to be absolutely stunned by the results that he got. So you probably won't be stunned. You probably won't be surprised. But anyway, I'm going to share it. I'm sure he won't mind.
I like being surprised.
So Brian is over at Keys Motorsports. If you haven't checked him out, he's a fantastic YouTube page. I think probably over 280,000.
And he's a BMW guy, right?
Yeah, and he came on and did a one-on-one with me. a couple of weeks back, but check this out. So it says, we posted a little Waze video on our buddy Bill on YouTube and IG and Facebook. Here's what we learned. 1, YouTube hates us. On IG and Facebook, we're over, listen to this, on IG and Facebook views, 8.5 million views.
Wow.
On YouTube, he only got 8,500. Thanks, YouTube. We got 3 extra digits on IG and Facebook. So
Isn't it?
People are, he goes, people are completely insane. The video was just there was a portion of it. So anyway,
right.
And this was my response to Brian. I said to him, and I noticed this even on my landing page now.
Right.
YouTube now is just pushing celebrity pages.
Yeah.
Anybody,
right.
Dave Grohl, Tommy Lee, anybody, like, and I noticed this, and it's like, I'll go on and they'll have like 20 videos on their podcast and they have 100, 200,000 views.
Right.
And then I come back here and I look and it's like, we're putting in the work, we're editing the videos, we're putting in the time. And I get it. They're celebrities. They're going to draw our attention. I understand that. What are they talking about? But my point is, a lot of the topics that I'm experimenting with on this channel have been talked about on some of those channels.
Right. Exactly.
So why is the smaller channels? Because YouTube doesn't work for the small guy. That's what it is.
Well, that's the thing is people, success breeds success. But that was people. A lot of people will get on the YouTube platform and think, well, I put it on YouTube. YouTube says they're going to push me out. They're going to put me in the algorithm. If I make a good show, it's going to be good. No, they don't. They wait. You have to build up. You have to be an expert of marketing. You have to know all these little things. And then you have to make the goal, obviously, to start any of this is to have really stellar content, and be able to rise yourself above that takes stellar content, good marketing ability, and then finding your niche. And then, like, for instance, if Brady started a podcast right now about throwing footballs, it would be through the roof
viewers in one day. I mean,
because he's put the work in. Right. The thing is you need to be able to put that same level of work in to be able to have the millions of people that watch you and say, why do you deserve to be the spot? People don't realize how much like Joe Rogan sacrificed to be where he is. Like, he did his first shows on UFC completely free, didn't make any money.
Are you attacking me right now?
No, I'm not attacking you, Joe. But no, like I said, he did his stuff free. He invested in something that he says, this has value. I'm going to do more with it. Joe Rogan's claim to fame is he can kick. That's it. Like, he's an incredible kicker. He knows a ton about MMA.
UFC.
Yeah. But for mixed martial arts, that's his thing. He's a good, that's his other thing is being a good comedian, obviously. But kicking in comedy, that's his thing. And if with all those things put together, investing in things where he brought his name up and then finally said, hey, you know what? I'm going to talk to people that nobody ever talks to and put those guys out there and let's see what's up. Today, the wording is if you want to be on Joe Rogan's show, Joe calls you, you don't call him.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
So really that's
my mission. I want to be as big, and I know people laugh. Yeah. I want to be as, and that's okay. You can strive for that goal. It's probably delusions of grandeur, but it drives me every single day. I try to do every single thing I can to improve this channel. I work 55 hours plus. Everything that I do in my spare time, I come home and work on this channel. I cut videos. I'm constantly bothering Primo. Yes. Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Hey, I got some business cards made up. I did this. I got some banners. It's everything that I have goes into the, like, my spare time is absolutely about this.
But I'll say the same thing that I said to you that I say in pretty much any of the channels that I do. I love that Basil. Fear is not a factor for him. Yeah, exactly. But I'll say the same thing is we're all going to have some guests on. We're going to have some conversations. We're going to learn together. And if we do learn together, then we have a group of people where it's not about just coming on and saying, hey, I want to be famous and do all this stuff. It's also about saying that we're bringing everybody else up with us. Like, everybody, we're not stepping on it all over each other's heads. We're using each other as ladders to get to that next level. And every time we have a guest on, like Armand, I listen to his stuff and I'm like, this is incredible. The dedication, the ability to say, you know what, I'm just not looking at anything. I'm just going to make this watch company and I'm going to, just
We're talking
believe it.
watches.
We are talking
right now. We're
watches. Is this
talking
guy
watches
back?
at 50.25.
Right.
Talking watches.
But yeah, he comes back and he does all the stuff and he builds it up and we go, hey, somebody out there either wants to not just make watches, but there's somebody out there right now. And I know I could name names. One wants to build a car, wants to be the next big suit maker. They want to do all the stuff. And the worst part they're going to say to
Michael Jordan, they want to be the next Joe Rogan, whatever.
But do you know why they're going to fail? It's because somebody told them they can't do it.
Right. What do they say on average? Entrepreneurs fail like 6 to 8 times before they actually.
60% of the time, you will not. A new business started by somebody right off will not make it to the next year.
Says it's not easy. Did 14 years. I'm not going to quit, man. Like I said, this is my therapy, and the people that will come here will come here, and I'm going to do every single thing I can to get this channel to grow. I love doing this. I love entertaining. I love performing, and the people that will come here and watch this, they like it too. They like our topics.
And that's the thing is I hope we get a ton of like-minded people like that. So
absolutely.
Right.
And, we're going to have great guests on. I've had a lot of no's. I've reached out to a lot of people and they've said no, but that's okay. And I've said this before.
You got maybes too.
I did get some maybes. And actually, you know what's kind of cool? Thursday Boots, the Thursday Boot Company, actually, and I forgot to tell you this, actually commented on one of my videos, the review video I did. And I actually dropped them a message and said, if you want to have one of your representatives come on the channel, we would love to interview. So I'm going to keep kind of reaching out to them and see if I can get a yes at some point.
If you want us to put your boots to our boots, then you can boot on the boot.
That's it, on the boot and the boot. It's funny because I always think of stuff like that, like Shawshank Redemption. You've seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
Andy Dufresne.
He kept
writing. He said, let's expand the library in the prison. And he kept writing letters. And it took him 6 years. And they finally sent him a check for it was like $200 or $300. And he looked at the guard or the warden, and he said, no, he said to the guard, he goes, it's a check for $200. And he goes, great. I'll start writing them 3 letters a week.
Right. I'm going to do this quote I'm going to do this quote for my wife, Jen. Andy Dufresne walked through 20 miles of crap to make sure he You guys didn't think I could do a Morgan Freeman, did you? So, yeah. But no, that's the thing. And think about it. All the stuff that he did was to build up for other people. He got nothing for himself. But at the end of it, the entire goal was to break through a wall, get to the other side, and get freedom to be able to be whatever he wanted to be. And that is everybody's goal, bar none. She got it. Yeah, I knew she would jump in on that.
Anybody didn't know, this is Primo's wife that's in the chat.
Yeah, I am. So if you guys want to know, I usually don't talk much about my other businesses, but I am one of my main designs is I am Tyler Durden. We make soap.
He makes soap. And
one of the big things I do is I am a scent guy. I design scents. So if you go to we're doing stuff with Silver City Soap Works. A lot of the scents that you see are stuff that I've designed and put together. And but we don't use like the fat the way they did in the movie. So.
That'd be free.
So I do have the card, by the way, too. So it just says the company that he has that he gave to the guy for the card at the beginning of the air trip. So it's a lot of fun.
But yeah, man, it's just it's crazy. Life is crazy. And we're all not going to solve it in one day.
Yeah.
We always, we just strive to be better. I've always said since like a little kid, and I know this is crazy. I've always said since a little kid that I'm going to do something great someday. I used to always run around the house and say that to my mom. Whatever it is, I don't know. If it's this, I think it would be great. I've always been, when I was a kid, I was always in the mirror making faces or making voices or, and just trying to be I should have went into fucking acting is what I should have done. But I was always creative.
I didn't. Yeah, it's a tough business.
I was always very creative. Like my mom has pictures of me when I was a kid. I used to take cardboard boxes and I would cut them. I mean, I'm like 4, 5, 6 years old, cutting cardboard boxes up, connecting them and making race cars out of them and drawing the logos on them, you know? And like, I had a Knight Rider had this little plastic like dashboard, and I would mount that on it, and that would be like my steering wheel, you know?
Right. But the thing is I want to add this too. I don't know if anybody saw the movie Rudy. Remember that movie with the guy? So there's a guy there that's kind of the groundskeeper, and he's like the wise man. And he looks over and Rudy's like, I did all of this and I ended up not making the game.
That was the guy from Rock.
Yes, it's Rock. Exactly.
Rock. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And Aliens 3. Watch people get mad at me for using that as a reference. But anyway, but he looked at it and he says, how could you think that you didn't make it to the football game? You got an education. You graduated from one of the most prestigious schools in the world.
Right.
You did all of this and you're here. You're wearing the jersey. And if they win, you still get the trophy. And you're telling me you're losing. We have to stop we see the goal at the end, but we have to stop ignoring that journey that got us there and all the lessons and things that we can pass on to people because of the things that we had to go through to get here. And I think that's what a lot of people miss is somebody will say, I worked in like a BMW salesman, for instance. I worked at BMW and wasted blah, blah, blah of my lives. And I'm like, you met hundreds of thousands of people. You have friends that people can only imagine to be friends with. The cars that you've sold to certain stars and people you have in your Rolodex right now. And you're sitting here telling me that you wasted your life away. Like, then change it. If you wanted it that bad and it was really that bad and things sucked that bad, change it. It's that simple. Do it something different. Find that fulfillment that you need, but don't forget the journey that it took to get you there. And don't forget the people that helped you get to where you are now. Like, don't step on people or cut people off, because if people cut themselves off, that's life. But tons of people look at me and say, I was like, this train is rolling. You either want to get on it or you're back at the station. I'm gonna have to leave you behind. I have left a ton of people behind. I'm not happy about it sometimes, but I have to do what I have to do. Yeah. But there are people who are on the train and I'm not kicking them off. If they get stuck, we're slowing the train down to pick them up. But that's the thing is so many people, they get in that rhythm and they get the vision and they don't learn what they learned to get there. They don't appreciate it. And then they don't appreciate the people that helped them get there. Dude, guys, if I could teach anybody out there something, appreciate I don't forget everybody that's ever helped me gets a Christmas card, bar none. So yeah, make sure you got your Christmas card list and remember people's birthdays. I mean, Jesus, it's not that simple.
I think that's why a lot of the whole thing, why I kind of turned the channel and kind of moved on from, I had other reasons as well too, but
from watches.
Moving on from watches is that there's so many. Everybody's a fucking watch streamer now. Everybody went out and started watch streaming because they wanted to come in and jump in and grab and get fucking monetized right away and start thinking that the fucking super chats are going to roll in. I got news for you. Okay. Archie Luxury, as far as the streaming, owns this space. Yeah, exactly. Okay. You're not going to beat him out. Okay. And what a lot of these clowns did, and there's certain ones, these most recent ones, they all jumped on there. Oh, Archie, I love watches. It's great. And they got the clout. And then they went over and started their fucking channel. Right. Everybody ran over there. They got monetized within 2 months. And they thought all this money was going to fucking roll in. I don't want to be involved in that drama anymore. That's why I fucking stopped talking watches. The space is so over fucking crowded now. You got another channel that's just dedicated to bringing on drama about TPG and this and that. It's
my thing. The drama. When things started getting drama, and I was like, I remember saying something. We were sharing something, and I talked to one of my guys that are big into watches, and one of the guys responded back. He goes, "Don't get involved in that."
Like today.
And I'm like, really?
Today.
Okay.
I was looking at some comments that popped up today on a stream that we did talking about Nomos watches. It was a sport watch they put out. I can't remember what it was, so many months ago, and we were just fucking talking about it. And we're going, I don't like the dial, but I like this. I like whatever, right? And the person comments go, you don't have any fucking right to fucking talk about this. You fucking blah, 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 blah. That's how the watch space is. And it's like, but you know what? You probably don't even fucking own one. You know, you probably don't even own a fucking watch. And anyway, if you want to criticize me or you want to criticize what I'm doing, Primo's doing, then start your own fucking channel.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want to sack up, start your own channel. Perhaps you want to make this clear too on this point. And I have talked, and I really didn't want to bring this back up and start talking about it.
Oh no, bring it up. Do it.
I get crazy about this shit.
Right.
And I want to make this absolutely 1000% clear. Everybody that came on this channel that streamed and put hours in their seat on their asses and sat with me through watch streams, I am very appreciative of those people.
Yep.
JJ,
100%. I know you are.
Yep. Captain, Ari, Mr. GMT, Wings and Watches, Ollie.
Yep.
I love all of those guys and everybody that continues to come over from my watch days and still continue. And we're going to have watch talk here.
Yeah.
But I'm broadening my
horizons.
You know,
I'm going to write a song tonight.
I've already talked about this and I don't want to keep going into this, but it always comes back around.
Oh.
I have to grow. I have more things to talk about in my life. I'm not only watches.
Right.
Okay. Oy. Did I get it out?
I think that's it. I think you never have to bring it up again. That's it.
And if you didn't get it clear here, there is a stream. You can go back and the title says, I have a few things to say.
Yep.
So if you want to watch that, you'll understand a little bit more of what's going on here.
I think it's about 4 or 5 videos
what
back.
To do with my channel.
Right.
Oh
yeah, right.
This is my face.
Yep.
Please don't tell me. I'm enduring what I'm doing. I understand that. Right. You know, it's going to take a time and it's going to take a while.
Right. But you're happy doing it. You did it. Yeah. I'm glad to see
you. Want to tell me to shut up?
No, I'm good. Right.
So what do you think?
Dude, do you know how much stuff that I see all the time on some of the videos that I make? You know, I'm not even going to bring up some of the was it the, I want to say the forensic reconstruction videos that I did. The stuff that comes on, I don't even want to bring it up because it'll get crazy. And that's, you rant for me. How's that?
You know what it is? It's like I said to you the other day, I go, I get fucking mad. And you go, I don't get mad. Right. I get disappointed, but I don't get mad. I go, no, I get fucking mad.
Right.
I don't know. You don't get mad. You're smiling. I'm freaking out and you're smiling.
Yeah. Telling you, this is the thick skin that you develop. Oh yeah. You gotta see how long have you been doing YouTube?
Me? Just over a year.
Okay. So I've been since probably, I think it was 2004. And before that I was doing Street Fire and all these other things, LimeWire, all this other junk that I was doing to get my videos out.
Right.
And whatever I had, trust me, you will develop that thick skin. And one day you'll look at me and you'll be like, that's sad. That's unfortunate that idiot had to do that.
I don't care. I don't care. And if anybody wants to come over and ever debate me, you can come in the chat. I'll drop the link and jump on. Debate me.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's fine.
Right.
But like, listen, man, this is my channel. It's my space. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Don't watch anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. This channel is going to grow. It's not going to just be a watch channel. We just had one of the greatest, podcast. We just had the greatest stream the other day.
Yep. It was incredible. Was that our first guest?
What's that?
Was that our first official guest? Yeah. Cause I got to the end of that and I was just like, that was amazing. I cannot wait for Shannon to come on for the next one for 22. Primo never gets mad. So that's why I call him.
We get Shannon coming up. That's going to be on Thursday. I already have 2 other guests, and I will say they are ladies, females.
Yes. Oh,
yes, that's lined up.
I'm excited about that.
That's going to probably happen not this week, but maybe next week.
Yep.
And then, I'm doing some other things behind the scenes as well too. Yeah. It doesn't happen overnight.
We don't want to say everything. You guys got to tune in to be able to get all of it, right?
Right.
You got to hit okay, guys, this is it. You got to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and then comment. Now, here's the thing. If you want to give us some input on some people that you'd like to see, or you'd like to be on this, there's a comment section after the video is up, and you just type away right in there.
You know, you hit this thing up,
right.
And I'm sure my little person that is the one person that subscribes to this channel, like
thumbs
it's
down.
like the millisecond the video drops or anything, it's a fucking thumb down right away. I'm
his
like,
name is
subscribe to this channel.
His name is Gary the Beaver. I have now named him. You now have a name, Gary.
Yes,
I want to thank you for thumbs downing because you make this channel real.
Holy shit. And the funny thing is, people don't realize when you downvote, that still helps anyway. It still helps push the algorithm.
Not only that, but people would not believe us at 100%. We have to be at 99.99999 for it to be believable. And Gary, we appreciate you.
Gary, go rub your beaver.
Gary the Beaver. Mm-hmm.
Gary's a beaver.
He's tries to put up a dam and it's not working. So thank you, Gary. We're gonna call him Gary from now on. That's my thing.
Yeah. Gary the downvoter.
Gary you know what? The best part is $10 says he heard his name and he just joined the chat. He can't comment yet because he's not ready. But one day he will come out and let us know.
That Joe Fierro guy would be a great guest. Just saying, yeah, Joe.
That would be a good guy. Did we haven't had him on yet?
What's that?
We haven't had him on yet.
No,
we need. Did we have him on these?
We'll get Joe on. We can have him hang out. Yep. Sure, everybody's welcome on the Let's Talk Live podcast.
Right. Well, you know what? I did have. This is cheating though, because I had him on the other stream with you on it, and we did it for his birthday. So I think Joe, may have had enough airtime for now. But no, I'm kidding. Too funny. We'll get you on, buddy, at some point.
Yeah, man. We'll get you on. So what are you thinking? We're at an hour. We got any more?
God. We're an hour 6, man.
Am I going to yell anymore?
I'm thinking we're way past the time when all the Wi-Fi crashes. So
yeah,
that's the positive.
I can't anymore. This Wi-Fi is killing me. I definitely think it's going to improve though with the new computer.
Yeah, once you get the new setup on, we'll be fine. Technical difficulties are beautiful. Remember, it's not the problem you have, it's how you work with the problem. And that was beautiful when I was out there in an island all by myself, just spouting away. No, I'm kidding.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe we'll start to wrap this one up. But I wanted to say this before we go. And I'm very, very just trying to be very open and honest about this. Listen. I know we talked about a lot of crazy shit. We talked about drugs, addiction, mental health this evening. If anybody is having a problem or an issue and they don't know where to go, you're feeling down, suicidal. If you ever need someone to talk to, you can reach out to one of us here. You can find me on IG below the Let's Talk Live _podcast. You can reach out to me there. There's my email address right on the About page. If anybody's feeling down, they need someone to talk to, we're all here for you. You need someone to come into when we do a live chat, you need someone to jump on and talk to, please jump on. We'll get you some help.
Yep. Just to let you know, I am crazy. So
I just don't want anybody doing anything crazy.
If you want empathy, I'm your guy.
Right. We're always here to talk to. We're always, have this space open and we'll get you some help. Let's see. Thursday show. We have Shannon Taylor from Mission 22 coming over. If you guys didn't catch that at the beginning, it is a organization that helps deal. Actually, let me just pull up the website real quick.
And also, we may even talk about some 22 rally stuff. Who knows? Yes. I don't know. Maybe I can get some approval to let some of that information out. That would be good.
So Mission 22 is organization that helps our vets when they come home with dealing with PTSD or any other type of addictions too, right? Do they help with that or just PTSD?
It's traumatic brain injury and PTSD. So basically any of our troops, they can get the support they need to deal with their issues, and they go through a program. And any money that's put into Mission 22 goes to that program. And one thing I love about it is I've actually met some of the guys that have gone through the program, and they tell me how much it's helped them. And that is the thing that really drives me to continue to support Mission 22, is to see the actual results and the people who are veterans who have come up to me and said, I want to let you know exactly why it's so important that you do what we're doing. and it's why we keep just jumping in the bin with them. It's just a joy to be to help their organization do it.
Yeah, I love their slogan, United We Heal. And it says it takes a community to heal a warrior. Love that. Join Mission 22 to let our vets know that they have an army behind them. Your donation dollars assist us in giving veterans treatment when they need it the most. And the most is right now. So I'm very, very excited to hear about this organization. I'm very excited to hear about, the programs that these vets can get into and get some help. Because I'll tell you, our vets do not get enough. They don't get enough.
And we already have some really deep questions loaded up for this that that I've talked to about Shannon in the past, and I can't wait to be able to share it with you guys. So
that'll be on Thursday, live show, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Please come over, help support that cause, learn about Mission 22. I'm very excited for that program. And then the week after, I think we have some other things lined up. If not, we're gonna have general conversations like this. And again, if anybody ever wants to join the stream, we can drop the link for you, have you come over and pop on and shoot the shit. That's what we're here for. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this show this evening. I know I did. Again, I look forward to these Sunday shows after long work weeks and the hours that we put into the channel here. But guys, before we leave, please upvote. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Brian. This is my main man, Primo. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.